Okay, everybody. Good evening. It's Ryan Hayes. I'm back with another episode of the Recruitment podcast. Uh, so I'm trying to hit up some of my North Carolina wrestlers, trying to get them on, talk to them about wrestling, and just seeing what's going on with them. So tonight I have Jackson and Charleston Baglio, wrestlers at Central Cabarrus. Uh, Jackson's a two-time state champion. He's wrestled in a lot of good national events in the past couple of years. Journeyman, him and his brother both just got done winning the Alcassi Invitational at Olympic High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's always kind of been like a good tournament, just to kind of start out, and then kind of things get tougher as you kind of go into tournaments like Holy Angels, which is going to be one of the toughest tournaments in the Southeast at the Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina. It's going to be the weekend after Christmas. Yeah, weekend after Christmas. And so, yeah, it's a lot going on. And so I want to talk to these kids. I'm about to bring them on uh, right now. So, all right, guys, Jackson, Charleston, man, you guys are alive. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just trying to figure out. So just tell me a little bit about, man, what you guys been up to in past couple months.
So basically, I've just been mainly practicing, working on schoolwork, and having fun with my friends, hanging out and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So then, what about you, Jackson? Just kind of keep us up. What's been going on in your life, man?
Ah, well, I had surgery over the summer, so I've been recovering through that, and I got cleared to wrestle at the beginning of November, so I've been just getting back into it, mainly getting back into shape, practicing a whole lot with the school, and yeah, that's about it right now.
Uh, how did how did that go? I mean, how did the surgery go, man? Like, what did you mess up?
At NHSCA's last year, um, I tore my Tommy John ligament in the first day, and I had to get some surgery on that. So they replaced the tendon in there, and yeah, but it's good now. I'm fully recovered.
For sure. So like that whole like road to recovery, man, when you like wanting to do things, hang out with friends, and you kind of could want to practice, obviously. How was that? Like, how did that weigh on you mentally, knowing that like you can't get better because you're injured, but everybody else is kind of almost passing you up because you can't practice because of this injury.
Yeah, it was tough, but I don't know. It's kind of nice to have a break in some way. It just helped me like reset, but I was definitely ready to get back into it after a little bit. Like after a month, I was itching to get back.
Yeah, Charleston, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. You kind of like the odd man out. You don't seem like you do a lot of talking. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What's up? What? Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Uh, so basically, uh, I'm not really sure what to say.
Just talk.
Uh, I'm a wrestler. Been doing it since I was 4. Um, just like to have fun, hang out, and um, yeah, that's about it.
What's with the black hair?
Black hair.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm born with it.
you was born with black hair.
It's not black. It's brown, but
It's black to me.
I don't know. Maybe it's lighting. I guess.
Yeah, he's born with it. Yeah, but anyways, man. Uh, so you wrestled in the Alcessi Invitational, won it. You and your brothers. Talk about being like just being able to wrestle with your brother, um, and practice, and you guys kind of hit this thing together in high school. How's that been for you? How has he kind of been a leader for you?
Yeah. So basically, he's helped me a lot grow and develop over the years. He's helped me practice Basically, I look up to him whenever I'm struggling or I don't know what to do. I can always count on him, and I can always like have a good partner in the practice room and always get a good workout in.
Yeah, I see you got to see your Christmas tree in the background. You expecting any good goodies from Santa?
I hope so. I mean, that's always the goal, but yeah, probably.
Kid, you're such an introvert, but it's all right. We're gonna make you talk. Yeah, you're gonna have to do a little bit of talking. I can tell you're just kind of scared of this thing. All you're doing is just having a general conversation, right? I mean,
Yeah.
talk about. You don't even have to talk about wrestling, man. Like, how was practice today? I know you guys had school practice. Did you guys go to Dark Horse today?
No, we didn't go dark horse. We just went like right after school. We went to practice. Started off jogging. Then we did some light drilling, and then some. We did some tougher drilling after that, and then we did ended with some hard live, and it was like kind of a fun practice because we don't really have anything coming up until the Mallard Creek tournament, so we're just like we have a little break in between that, and I don't know.
The Elizabeth Berry Memorial. That's always a good tournament. So talk to me a little bit about your club. Both of y'all, Dark Horse, Charleston. You can go first. I know you guys get a lot of instruction from Adam Cox, and you got Jim Avola down there. You guys are part of the Fat Boy group. I like the shirts. Been trying to get one off Adam for like a minute, but he'd be in the op, but I'll get one at some point. So talk to me a little bit about Dark Horse and how it's helped you kind of achieve the goals that you've had set for yourself kind of right now.
Yeah, so Dark Horse, I've been going through it for a few years now. They've really helped me improve over the years. They've helped me like I have great practice partners. I have great coaches, Adam and Jimmy, and all the other ones. They help me improve. They know my weaknesses. They know my strengths. They know they know everything, and they help me improve a lot. And
Yeah, what
then
about yeah, I'm sorry. Go keep going.
I was gonna say like wait, what were you gonna say?
No, just keep talking about Dark Horse. Keep on I
Uh,
interrupted you, my man. My bad.
yeah, Team Fat Boy. It's a really great group. It's just a group of like kind of the OG Adam. It's a group has a lot of great wrestlers in it. Has a lot of great practice partners, and just a good it's a good group to go with.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Jackson?
Yeah, Dark Horse is definitely the place in North Carolina. It has some of the best partners in the state, and all the coaches like they know you, so like they can like tailor the like drills to match your style, and they really know how to like go one on one with you. If you need extra mat time, then you can come in a bit early, work with the coaches one on one. It's is really the best place to go for us at least. It's not too far,
Yeah, I
and
can.
then yeah,
Yeah, I can imagine that.
yeah,
To me, like, and I've said this, man. I don't. You got Adam there, and then everybody knows about him, and you got Jim Avola, which I feel like he doesn't get a lot of credit. I mean, to me, he's probably one of the best out there.
mm,
Especially on that freestyle scene, man. I can't say enough good things about Jim Avola. So you guys are 100% are absolutely like in the right spot. Um, by the way, you guys said you had a practice. So were you guys able to go home and shower? Because if you didn't, you guys need to get clean, Nutrizone clean, right? Nutrizone clean. It's a good body wipe. Sometimes you get one of those practices where you got to do something like right after. So you don't have time to go home and hit the shower, right? So you got to be able to kind of clean yourself off, buy your time until you can go actually get a good relaxing shower. So if you don't ever have time to do that, you need to invest in Nutrizone clean wipes. You got wipes, they got a spray, I'm pretty sure you see it everywhere. Shout out to my boy Michael Davis. My man's doing the daggone thing. Official sponsors of Holy Angels. Got to turn it this way. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, So yeah, you guys got to get neutral zone clean. Better than all that other those other wipes. You know, we're not going to mention brands or anything. It's just better than those other wipes, right? So yeah, go get you some neutral zone clean, Jackson and Charleston.
Yeah,
Anyways,
have my parents look into that.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Hey, anyways, like you guys do a ton of wrestling, right? Tons. So what do you do outside of wrestling, like for fun? I always like because I ask wrestlers this because like every interaction that I've had with you two, it's always been wrestling. Like, and by the way, when I do when I'm trying to get pictures to do a cover, like I was trying to actually find one like you guys like in uniform, and I mean I went everywhere from like Google Images to figuring out what I could find. I mean, I felt like a creeper because I'm like on your mom's Facebook trying to find the pictures, and I was like, "God, I'm just gonna make this work, man." But you know, uh, anyway, so that was kind of what I was looking for, kind of what I sent you. But we made it work. But anyways, what do you guys do outside of wrestling? Any of you, whoever.
Um,
You know,
well,
Charleston ain't gonna talk. You can go.
yeah, outside of wrestling, I mean, it's pretty normal for me. I mean, I go to school, work, do all those honors classes, all that. And outside of school, I just like to play with play on the Xbox, like to play shooter games, Minecraft, all that stuff. Like to bike, do physical and outdoor stuff, like going to the gym. I hang out with my friends any opportunity I get. Just I keep wrestling and my social life pretty separate. I don't know. I like to I like to have a divide there because I don't like to be like consumed by wrestling. So I like to have other stuff that I do.
For sure. Before I get to you, Charleston, because you kind of hit on something, two things. How are you able to balance um, all this wrestling, and then you said you're in a lot of guest honors type classes. How you're able to balance wrestling and the academics, man? I know it can be a strain. So how do you do that?
Yeah, it's definitely like a learning curve to do, but you just gotta find like your rhythm and get in a good schedule. Like get your work done at school, go to practice, and then if you have any extra work, just knock it out. Any opportunity you get, and just I don't know, just don't stress over it because they give you plenty of time for most classes. Just yeah.
And then you talk about doing a lot of wrestling and then knowing when to kind of take a break or whatnot. How do you kind of like identify when it's time for you to like just kind of sit down, take a couple weeks off? You're getting burnt out. How do you identify that? And because a lot of times, it's hard for people to take a break because they're so worried about competition. But then they get burnt out, and then the more they wrestle, the worse they perform. How do you identify when it's that time for you to kind of, you know, hang it up for a couple weeks?
Yeah. I normally set goals. So like right now my goal is states. So I'll work hard up until states and then I'll take a couple weeks off, maybe a week or two. Now I'll start going to practice again. Then my next goal will probably be nationals and HSCAs. After that, I may take a week or two off. It's just all about knowing yourself, your own limits, and like your mental health. You need to like know when you're pushing yourself too much and know when to back down because it can be hard to. Yeah, you just got to pace yourself.
For sure, Charleston. So, tell me a little bit about some of the stuff you do outside of wrestling, and generally the same questions that I asked your brother. So we'll start off. What do you do outside of wrestling? Like maybe something that you do that you could say on this podcast and nobody thought that you did. Maybe it's whatever. Maybe you like, I don't know, flying drones or something.
Uh, I will start by saying I do a lot of the same stuff Jackson does, like school, homework, Xbox, hang out with friends. But also, um, I would say I like doing like athletic challenges. Like I like I like learn how to do a backflip, learn how to walk on my hands, muscle up, like just like things that I can set goals to improve over whenever I'm bored or like needed something to do. Um, Stuff like that. And then um yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. And then like, so what kind of academic challenges do you face when it comes to having to balance wrestling and your studies?
Yeah, it's pretty hard balancing them, but like Jackson said, you got to find a rhythm. Like you can't be like inconsistent about doing your work, even if you're tired or you're cutting weight. You still just you got to push yourself and tell yourself that you need to do your work and like you need to do this and it'll help you in the long run. Like just don't be lazy. Like there's no reason to do that.
What happens if somebody wants to be lazy?
Then they won't reach their goals.
True, true state, true statement. Hey, and then Jackson. So talk to me a little bit about. You mentioned NHSCA's. What are some tournaments that you've done outside of high school that were very challenging for you that kind of helped you rise to the level that you want to be at and to keep rising?
Yeah, there's a few. I did Journeyman 2 years ago, and that one was definitely that was in the middle of COVID, right after quarantine and everything. So it was a bit of a different thing. You had to like come in with masks. It was like a kind of like the introduction to the whole COVID wrestling scene. But in NHSCA's, that was another one. You have to train hard for that one. Daily practices, just grinding it out. To really, yeah, you just
Yeah.
gotta, yeah.
No. And what about you, Charleston? Talk about some of the tournaments you've wrestled in.
So my freshman year, I wrestled right out of it was all weird because everything was COVID and stuff. So we wrestled regionals. I won regionals. I pinned through that. Then made it to states. And I pinned three out of the four people at states. I ended up winning states. And then NHSCA's, I made it to the round before blood round. Both years I've been. Last year, I decided to bump up because I don't know. That just wasn't a smart choice, but I didn't. I I don't know. I didn't want to push myself. I guess I went to Journeyman, and that was pretty tough. But I just I don't know. I kept pushing. And then went to Super 32 and wrestled some tough competition there, and just looking for more wrestling.
Here's a question for you, right? You're 132, right? That's your weight class right now, right?
Yes, sir.
If I was 132 pounds and I had to wrestle you, who would win?
Uh, I've never seen you wrestle, but I'm gonna say I would win.
Okay. See, at least you're confident. I mean, yeah, you. If I was 132 pounds at 40, first of all, I'd be dead. But yeah, uh, but if I was like a legit healthy 132, I think I would tech you. Not really. I don't. I'm messing with you, dude. I ain't got the cardio for that, man. Um, no, I just always like asking that question. I mean, at least I mean yeah, you could beat me, Jackson here. I'd probably just stick in like 30 seconds. I think I get you. Nah.
I think so.
So hold on. And Central Cabarrus is going to Holy Angels, right? I thought I saw him on there. Okay. So I haven't. You Jackson being at 138, right? It'll be 138 for Holy Angels, or are you guys gonna go? Are you gonna go down, or do you not know that
Um,
yet?
right now, me and Charleston both weigh like the exact same. We're both like walking around like 133.
Hmm.
So we've been just kind of jumping. I've gone 126. I've gone 132 and 38 this year. We're just kind of bumping around
Yeah.
trying to find a good weight for us to go to. But
I I
Yeah,
I asked that because I know you did 138 at the Alcessi, right?
yeah,
So I was kind of thinking of you're at 138, I think, and he may come down at Holy Angels. One of you guys get a shot at being able to wrestle Drew Gorman from Beaufort, Beaufort, Georgia, nationally ranked kid.
hmm
Him and Jax Forces have some good matches. So when you talk about a tournament like Holy Angels, like what are you looking forward to? We'll start with you, Jax. What are you looking forward to as far as that competition in the Southeast where you can get some ranked guys during the season?
yeah. I'm definitely looking for some tougher competition because, I mean, that's the ultimate goal is to just get some good matches in. Like, it doesn't matter win or lose. Just I don't know, just good matches is just what you need to grow. And what weight is Drew Gorman gonna go for that? You think?
I know he was at 138 for the Southern Slam at Eastside High School like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
His dad and I are good friends, so I just I want to figure out. Like I want to see some of our North Carolina wrestlers like just hit
Mm,
some ranked guys. I mean,
yeah.
you think about a kid like Cam Stinson, like very excited for him, very excited for you and your brother. To showcase what you got. That's going to be uh, damn near one of the toughest tournaments. It is a toughest tournament. I mean,
Mhm.
what is so over? It's like over 50 teams or something. I mean, it's just going to be knockout, drag out type of tournament. What about you, Charleston? What are you looking forward to, Holy Angels?
I'm looking forward to wrestling some competition, getting my name more out there, and just mainly trying to have fun. Like, uh, I want to. I'm hoping to win. But yeah, I think I can win. But I'm just as long as I like have fun and wrestle good, that's all that I can ask for.
And then let's say you wrestle in a tournament, Charleston, and you fall short of the goals or expectations that you set for yourself. How do you bounce back from that mentally?
Uh, I just tell myself that like if I keep going, then there's like no reason not keep going. Like everything is kind of depending on you now, like to place to keep going, and it is kind of like a battle, and you just got to keep pushing.
For sure. And then Jackson, when you've came up short at tournaments, how do you how do you go into the next practice trying to figure out how to correct those mistakes that you made when you had a bad performance?
Losing is just a part of life and wrestling. Like everyone loses. So the best thing to do is just try to learn from what you do. Just look over the footage, find out where you lost, what your weak points are, what who beat you, what their strengths are, and how to come back bigger and stronger next time. Just work in the room, have your coaches show you through it. Um, just make the most out of that situation.
Yeah, for sure. This thing's about to fall here. I might have to turn it that way. Hopefully it corrects. Maybe not. It doesn't correct. I have to fix it. There we go. Anyways, so Jackson, committed now, I guess signed with NC State, right?
hmm
What brought about that choice? What schools did you visit, and what brought about you choosing NC State?
Um, well, I knew I wanted to commit early. I didn't want the pressure of just, I don't know, lingering over me of what school I wanted to go to. I wanted to just stick with one. I toured a few schools. George Mason, I toured them. They had a nice campus, but State started contacting me. They were the first ones to start contacting me. 2 years ago after I won NHSCA's, and
Hmm.
they have a good program, nice campus. They're really close to home, so it's not like I have to travel too far. You know, My mom likes that part. And I don't know, I just like the team, the campus, the program, just everything about it. It just speaks to me.
And you got your teammate up there from Team Fat Boy too. So
Yeah,
oh
there's a
yeah,
few
yeah, the
good dunkers.
courageous Cox.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, yeah, Zach Courageous, good dude, man. He's a great dude. So is
Yeah.
Jacob. Um so you mentioned that whole about have the whole thing about the recruiting process and not having that stress. Um Obviously I I was never the wrestler that you guys were. It just wasn't when I started wrestling, all you had was the school season and really wasn't like the evolution of all these clubs really didn't come around until maybe around 2008, right? So um before you Dark Horse even existed, there was this club called a Rickion, which um you guys are too young to probably know what a Rickion was, but a Rickion started out like Greensboro, then they put one in Raleigh, then they put one in Charlotte, and that was the club to go to. And
Yeah.
then I think I kind of credit all these clubs coming around because they in 2008 they legalized mixed martial arts, and all these uh all these just general karate schools were starting to go out of business because everybody wanted to start doing MMA, and with MMA you got to have wrestling, and you got to have strike, you got to have this and that. So all these karate schools starting up these wrestling clubs, and then next thing you know, everybody's wanting to go somewhere to wrestle. Now everybody's knowing what wrestling is because of the MMA growing, and then the general wrestling becoming more mainstream. So but where I'm getting at is that you guys have it made with being able to go to the clubs, but when it comes to being recruited, I never had that stress. But on June 15th, little Joe Seeley was in town, and he was doing these fundraising clinics for Worlds. And so June 15th is that day that they could start calling you, right?
Yeah.
And it was the craziest thing because that kid's being that he was like the number one recruit in the country, right? He got his first call at when the 14th kind of went midnight into the 15th. He got his first call at 12:01 in the morning, and I forgot who it was from, but you could kind of tell, like, it kind of died down a little bit. And as he got up about 8 o'clock in the morning, he started to be overwhelmed. I think the first call he got was from Mark Manning with Nebraska, and then it's kind of went from there. And then, and you could just kind of tell it was like it, the stress part of it, which I told him, I was like, hey, you're gonna get a lot of calls, but it was, and that kid committed to Penn State,
Hmm.
which is not surprising because when Kel Sanderson called him, obviously the kid sitting right beside me. Kel Sanderson called him, and you could kind of see him grin from ear to ear, and then he knew that was the call. That was the call that he wanted. But everybody from NC State, Adam Hall, Coleman Scott, all those guys called him. But I could just tell that it could be that could be kind of stressful. I know it was for him. So, I guess kudos for you being able to commit, and not having to deal with all that stress. But hopefully, what are you? Obviously, you're kind of young, so I don't know if you ever think about what you want to study at NC State. What interests you as far as study wise?
Um, mm, I have put some thought into it. I haven't made a final decision, but I'm looking into some of the engineering fields that they offer because that's a really good engineering school. Um, but yeah, I still need to put some more thought into it. Just really figure out what's best for me.
So you're trying to make some money, right? Some
That's
money.
always the goal. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then Charleston, where are we at as far as you and and obviously, I mean, you're kind of young at it, but as far as schools for you, what are you looking at?
So I've been contacted by a few Division I programs. NC State's one of them, and then there's a few other ones, but I don't really want to focus on that. I just want to focus on my wrestling as of right now, and then I'll worry about that after season, after all that's done, and then I just wanna focus on wrestling right now.
For sure. You Jackson, you dipped on me a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not important, man. It's your world. I just live in it.
I have to go get a charger real quick.
Oh yeah. You weren't
Hold on.
prepared for this? You was not prepared for this
I
already?
was. Hold on. Just one.
Look at you. Oh my God, look at this dude, man. What you, how do you live with that, Charleston? How do you live with this dude, man?
It's a struggle, but I put up with it sometimes, most of the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that-
he's a handful.
yeah. Man,
Uh,
God, like it's just it's
I'm
all right,
bad.
man. I'm giving you a hard time. I would rather you do that now than to be right in the middle of the daggone thing and then it goes off. So
Yeah.
you you Jackson Charleston, what what are some major wrestling plans that you guys kind of have for yourself? Like in a after states, like are you guys planning on trying to do any kind of thing new at wrestling that you haven't done yet, just to try to find something else? Uh, we'll start with you, Jackson.
Um. Yeah. I want to look more into freestyle because I've trained with it a little bit, but I haven't really had the opportunity. I was planning on it last year, but with my injury, I couldn't really do that. So I want to get some freestyle practices and maybe some good freestyle tournaments before start of the college season. I feel like that would be pretty beneficial to learn.
Yeah, Charleston, you did Fargo. How was your experience with that?
It was a new experience. That was my first year ever doing anything like that. I've been doing wrestling for like 12 years, and it was the first time I've done anything that was similar to freestyle. So I wasn't completely used to it, but I adapted, and I feel like I wrestled pretty well. I feel like I will continue to progress in it as I wrestle, obviously, and hopefully uh, I'll do well next year or this coming year.
Yeah. Well, what did you learn? Like how did you feel like it was like different from folk style?
Uh, Obviously, you can't lock or you can lock hands there. Just the way everything moves is a lot different. Like the whole system, the scoring system, the up and down, no top and bottom. It's a complete change for all that stuff. So you just gotta adapt to all that stuff.
It's I would rather if it was some kind of way that the high school season could become freestyle and just be like the actual North Carolina high school athlete, I mean, just countrywide, I would rather be at freestyle than folk style. Number one, they end quick, right? I mean, you get a good, you know, 4 or 5 turns straight, you can end a match, right? And uh, it's just kind of quicker. Like there's part of folk style where there's no action. You could depending on what kind of wrestler you are. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. It,
Yeah.
it's just hard to watch. And freestyle, you have to you have to push the action. And if you don't, then you're forced to, be put on the clock. And it's all sorts of stuff that that I like because I like seeing two wrestlers actually being aggressive and working. So Charleston, your Fargo experience, in that experience, uh, was there anything that happened that you wasn't ready for?
Uh, Not really. I did a lot of practice beforehand. Like I went to Dark Horse almost every day, and then obviously the Fargo camp, all that stuff. So I was pretty prepared once I stepped on the mat at Fargo.
Yeah. It was funny because like I watched, I think your first round kid from New York. They're like they're twins. Like they're twins. Think I don't know which one it was, but it's like Anthony and Joseph Clem. That's all I
It
can
it
remember.
was Joseph, I think.
Yeah. And so those I've seen those two kids at like a bunch of tournaments, and they're pretty good. And I like you were kind of like staying winning. And I think he kind of got you at the end. But I was like, good, like you wrestle pretty good. Even journeyman, like you wrestle pretty good. Um, and outside looking in, it looked like you've been wrestling freestyle for years. So now you got this year of Fargo. You got that past year of Fargo under you. What's your expectations for this year, for this Fargo coming up? Like, what are you going to do to try to make this Fargo experience better and hopefully try to get yourself on that podium?
So I'm gonna be practicing a lot more, focusing more on what I messed up on and the weak points I had last year. I'm gonna get better practice partners, bigger partners, and just like push myself every day for that.
For sure. Now, Jackson, I'm assuming you have plans of doing Fargo as well, correct?
Um, I'm not sure. It depends on what time it is, because I
July.
may July
Yeah.
is I'm supposed to start early enrollment at NC State during the
Right.
summer.
Right.
So I'm not
Right.
sure if that will interfere, but if I can, I definitely would like to. I'm just not sure if I'll be able to, you know.
Are you saying when you say like early enrollment, it would be hard to do it because the academic piece to it of having to miss, or the wrestling challenges? Because I would I would think that maybe Coach Pop would say go do Fargo, but if you're talking about the academic piece part of it, then I can understand that. I want to say that Jacob and Jacob Cox and Courageous, they both did that whole early enrollment. I think they did. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they
that's
like to have everyone.
yeah. Uh, then that's mean that's cool. You start kind of getting to get the lay of the land, as far
hmm
as all that stuff. And before guys, because then we're gonna wrap up. So I know you guys got things you got to do. Matter of fact, Charleston, you got any homework? Have you done all your homework?
Uh, yeah, I've done it all for this week so far.
What do you mean this week? You guys not getting like
Well, normally we get it all in like a week section, so I've done all the week.
that's different. Okay. Um, well, because here's the thing. Like I would like kind of like in college, like you would get like this syllabus, right? That tells you everything you need to have turned in, and you could kind of go past and just start working on everything just so you can have it. Versus like, I guess they're doing it now in high school. Normally they would just give you today's homework, then tomorrow you would have that homework. Um, the fact that you can actually just get a whole packet and you can knock it out, and so you can have the time to do what you need to do. That's great. I guess that's new to me, but yeah, for sure. I mean, um, so I always want to kind of, uh, well, I want to end just yet. So Jackson state tournament this year,
hmm
want to win again. Um, what are some challenges that you face with trying to win this thing over and over again?
Um, the main thing is just pressure. Like, I don't know, it's more just in my own head, like, what if I don't win? You know, because the more you win, the more people expect you to win. And if you don't, like, there's just fear of disappointment, you know. It's just something you need to kind of push past. Um, I'm just doing things the same as I always have, just wrestling, training, set my goals and work towards them.
Yeah, or you could just do what you do and don't worry about other people, right? You know,
Yeah.
everybody's gonna. The more you win, the more people just try to be judgmental in general, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's got to be tough. I mean, and I think honestly, Jackson, I think the pressure on kids these days are tough. Obviously, way tougher than I was when I was in high school. I mean, because I say it in a sense of, and because it is part of wrestling news, like it's hard when I have to put like highlights of wrestling matches out that I cover, and then there's a kid getting pinned, and then like it's on Instagram, and you know you never know what that kid's dealing with. Now he's got everybody saying, "Hey, I saw you got pinned." I mean, none of this stuff was like out when I was your age. No Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. So you guys live in tough times when it comes to that whole social media age. I think the most I ever got, and you guys are more than welcome to laugh because I guess it is funny now. I got straight up pinned on the news, like like WXI, which is an NBC affiliate. Like, okay, it's not that I got pinned. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this, bro. I got stuck in a tilt, bro. I got stuck in a tilt. A whole daggone tilt. A whole tilt on TV. A whole freaking tilt. And I don't know. I don't really know. Like, did I like? Did I pause for a second? It was that one split second he called me. I don't know, man. But it was just embarrassing, you know, because you go back and everybody's in school. Oh, you got pinned on the news, you know, and it's like, but you know, usually it just comes from that one kid that's not even an athlete, right? And
Yeah.
those are the ones that bug me the most, right? Like, I mean, I would rather somebody from my own team pick on me. At least we're going out there, you know, sweating and shedding blood together every practice. You know, not this kid that's not even an athlete. But yeah, it was pretty embarrassing for me. Matter of fact, while we're at it, Jackson and Charleston, you go. What's been your most embarrassing moment in wrestling, Jackson?
There's been a few times where I've been wrestling in a match and winning, and I've just done something stupid, just slipped up and like got pinned by a kid I shouldn't have, or just gave up some points that just I know I shouldn't have done. You know, I can't really think of any specific examples, but it's happened so many times, and it happens to everyone. Everyone slips up.
Yeah. What about you, Charleston? What's been your most embarrassing moment in this sport, bro? Like, so, like that match where you just, dang man, I wish I could get it back. I hate that happened.
Yeah, so back in 8th grade, I was wrestling a match. I was winning like by 12. I shooting on the guy. He slips the leg in, spladles me, and pins me. And I was so mad. That was
Hey,
so embarrassing.
how about you shout that guy out? Who was it? Shout
Uh,
him out.
it
Don't get
was
scared.
Perry. I think it was Dalton Perry, maybe.
Oh, Dalton Perry?
I think that was him. Or no, not
Oh,
Dalton Perry. No, not Dalton Perry. The West Rand guy. What is his name?
Jacob.
Jacob Perry. Yeah, not Dalton
oh,
Perry.
yeah. You're going to say, well, I mean, because that kid's pretty good. I mean, that's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
yeah. Well, no, but see, even that, because I know Jacob Perry well. I'm actually good friends with his dad. I mean, that kid's pretty good, but I get it, man. I get it. You're like, oh my God, Jesus, man. Like, how, like, so what's been that, Charleston? What's been that, just that one loss in general that still burns you to this day? I mean, that you that one that you kind of you think about a lot. Is it that one or is it something else? Like this that one loss?
I can't really think of any. At I think my freshman year, at Coach Carr's, I was up. I was in the constellation. I was up by like, I was about to tech the guy. I guillotined him. he rolled through and pinned me, and I wanted to wrestle him again so bad, but I just never got that chance. And yeah,
Yeah,
that was
he made you see some lights, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Jackson? What's that one match that still just burns deep down in your soul, bro?
2 years ago, I was wrestling Chance Cottingham. He's a good kid. Placed in states a few times, but I was wrestling him, and I don't know. Yeah, I was just cutting weight. Got bumped up too. He cut down. It was the very first match of the duel, and he just beat me. I threw in legs trying to. I don't know. It was just messy. Felt bad. Felt sloppy, and I ended up losing that. And that was my one loss of that year. And yeah, it kind of stuck with me. But
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, before I let you go, I'll give both of you guys a chance. Just you got any Jackson, we'll go at you. You got any kind of parting words and of good advice that you could give to all the youngsters, coming after you, right? That wants to be multiple time state champion, wants to be national champion. What kind of advice can you give to them?
this is a fun sport. You just gotta know your limits. You just gotta balance it. Don't push yourself, but don't over push yourself. You need to
Push yourself, but don't kill
just
yourself.
yeah. You just gotta keep happy with it. It's supposed to be a fun sport. It's supposed to be fun. It's hard, but as long as you do it right, you can. It's just I don't know. It's a great sport.
Um, what about you, Charleston? What some advice can you give to some youngsters? Like, say
I would
go, yeah,
just mainly put in the work. If you want results, you gotta put in the work, and you just make sure you're having fun. Make sure that you're not killing yourself, and get good practice partners that will push you and help you, and good coaches.
yeah. And then I said that was going to be the last one, but I always have to ask this question when it comes to brothers: who gets the best of the sibling rivalries?
Him or
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty close sometimes, but I don't know. Seems like he gets me most of the time though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hold on, but you're taller.
Yeah, well, he's just
I
so
bet.
short. I can't grab
Yeah,
his legs.
yeah. Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Like, do you like actually get picked on for that, Jack? Like, your little brother's taller. Like, bro, like he towers over you.
It's like 2 inches. It's like
I
2
know.
It's like
inches.
4.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. I got you. Well, hey man, I'm gonna let you guys both go. Hey, good luck rest of the season. And
Thank you.
you
Thank
got your the Elizabeth Berry coming up. Holy Angels going in the States. Just stay healthy, eat the right stuff, put the right things in your body, and continue to excel and achieve the goals that you want to achieve in this sport. So I thank you for your time, and yeah, we'll talk to you later. And yeah,
All right. Thank you for having
so
me.
much for having us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I
hey,
appreciate it.
yep, we'll see you guys.
All right.
Have
See
a
you.
good night.
You too. All right, guys. That was Charleston, Jackson Baglio, good kids, Central Cabarrus High School. Um, yeah, I think they're just good kids. I mean, you if you ever see them at tournaments, I mean, they both of them, I guess, are kind of introverts. They really don't talk a lot. I mean, I guess if you engage with them, they'll talk. But they're just good kids. I think that you know what, and I should have asked them. Maybe they're still on. What are your guys? Hold on. I guess I could talk. Charleston, what's your Instagram? Jackson, what's your Instagram? If you guys want people want to follow you, what's your Instagram?
Mine is Charleston _Baglio. And yeah.
And
Mine's
you, Jackson, real
not
quick.
Baglio.
All
My
right.
name.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Yeah, could you guys follow them, support these guys, in their quest for, to be state champions, national champions. Until then, this is Ryan Hayes. It's been another episode of Crank Matt Podcast. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe. It's kind of sloppy out there if you're down here in the Carolinas. And yeah, be smart, make the right decisions, and bam, Crank Matt Wrestle Media, and we're out.